The NFL trade deadline has come and gone without the Patriots making any moves. I'm Meredith Gorman, joined by our Nesson Patriots beat reporter Zach Cox. Zach, really uneventful day yesterday for the Patriots, but in other news, they did place Kendrick Bourne on IR. Now other wide receivers are going to have to step up. How do you see that shaking out with that current group of guys?
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting because the Patriots most likely also will not have Devontae Parker for at least this week. He's in concussion protocol. Didn't practice today. Typically takes players at least a week to come back from an injury like that. So they're going to be down two of their primary receivers in this game. You imagine you're going to see more snaps and more looks for Demario Douglas, who's really been one of the bright spots of this Patriots offense this year. But beyond that, they don't have a lot of players who have really shown them much. I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster has been a major disappointment. Tyquan Thornton, Kayshon Boutte, both healthy scratches recently. Jalen Reagor was promoted to the 53-man roster last week. He's gotten a lot of looks lately, but still only has one catch. So I thought it was interesting to hear both Mac Jones and Bill O'Brien say that essentially the receivers are going to have to prove in practice who deserves those snaps and who deserves those targets, because again, not based on what we've seen so far in games, there haven't been many players in there that deserve to see the ball a whole lot.
Yeah, sounds like some open competition for some of the younger guys or guys who haven't gotten a lot of reps this season. But speaking of the trade deadline, the Commanders, the team the Patriots are facing on Sunday, did make some moves. They traded away two of their best pass rushers on the team, Montez Sweat and Chase Young. Without those guys on defense, do you feel like the Patriots offense is catching a big break there?
Absolutely. I mean, those are two of, if not the two best defensive players on the Commanders roster. Both of them were involved in plenty of trade rumors. They ended up both getting moved, with Sweat going to Chicago and Young going to San Francisco. It's always a break when you can face a team that doesn't have two of its best pass rushers, especially against a Patriots offensive line that has really dealt with injuries all season. It's been super inconsistent. We didn't see Trent Brown out at practice today, so his status is going to be worth monitoring this week. And yeah, it's certainly a break for the Patriots. Those are two very good players, and even though there's some talent on that depth chart behind them, some players that Washington likes, yeah, it's definitely an advantage for the Patriots to not be facing those two.
And on top of a busy day in the NFL yesterday around the league, the Raiders ended up firing head coach Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, both former members of the Patriots organization. We've heard some of the players talk today about the impact that Josh McDaniels had on them while he was here. Can you see any situation where McDaniels ends up back in New England?
I mean, I think you certainly can, just because it's happened one with McDaniels before and with several other Patriots assistants. This is something that Bill Belichick loves doing, both with players and with coaches, between McDaniels, Bill O'Brien, Matt Patricia, Joe Judge, Brian Daboll a couple of years ago. There have been several examples of coaches who have left the Patriots and then come back later. Also, the fact that the Raiders are going to be paying Josh McDaniels' salary for the next couple of seasons means that the Patriots would be able to get him on the cheap. You don't know exactly how he'd fit back into this coaching staff because Bill O'Brien is their offensive coordinator now. But it was notable to hear both Devin McCourty and Rob Gronkowski say, oh yeah, we could easily see Josh McDaniels back in New England. And beyond McDaniels, too, there's a lot of ex-Patriots on that staff. You mentioned Dave Ziegler, their GM. He was in New England for close to a decade. You've got guys like Mick Lombardi, Carmen Brasillo, Patrick Graham. There will be a lot of ex-Patriots coaches and executives that will probably be looking for work in the next couple of months. Wouldn't be at all surprising if at least one or two of them ended up back here.
Lots to figure out. And if you're Josh McDaniels, a big decision whether you want to just relax, take your payout, and chill until...
He's going to be making a lot of money to do nothing, so he can certainly do nothing if he wants to.
All right. Well, make sure to stay with Nesson for all of your Patriots updates before the Commanders come to town this Sunday. Thanks for your time, Zach.
Thank you.
PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier.